Today we're going to do an e-commerce website review of Graham Stephan's Bankroll Coffee. My name is TJ Gamble. I'm the CEO and founder of Jamerson, where we've been helping e-commerce businesses grow for over 20 years. This review is not meant as a critique on anyone else's work. It's just a fresh perspective of someone who's been in the business forever on maybe some things, if they happen to stumble across this video, that they could do to improve their business. I know every website I've ever released had something I wished I could have done better, and oftentimes putting it out into the world and getting that fresh perspective helps identify areas where we could take it further. So let's get into it. All right, so we're on bankrollcoffee.com. And when I first come to the website, there's a few things right off the bat that I noticed. First of all, the purpose of this site is to sell you products. When I land on the site, there are three things really that jump out at me the most. One being shop is a submenu, and then it starts showing you categories. Rather than having the categories on the top level, I now have to click a button. Anytime you're really trying to maximize your conversion rates, you want to maximize the efficiency of someone finding products and then buying them. So not sure if there's only 3 categories in a browse all, so 4 categories. Not sure why those aren't visible right off the bat. What you're saying is shop, our story, subscribe, and save, that those 2, our story, is actually more important than the categories themselves because you've buried those below a menu. And I would really like to see those brought out so that it's one click and I'm in a category rather than clicking on shop and then clicking on a category. The second thing that I really noticed is the search bar over here is hidden. So I have to click it and then it pops up. Now it pops up in a different place than I clicked. It's pretty close, but it's up on the top. It's black. It's not super easy to see, although the blue outline does make it fairly visible. For me, some customers may get a little bit confused about that, but it did highlight. So one click and it's already highlighted and I can, type into it. Not terrible, but again, I would really like to see that search bar visible so that if someone knows what they're looking for, they click right in it and they get right to searching, or at least they don't have to understand the magnifying glass there. The third thing that really jumps out at me though is this animated Bankroll Coffee video that they've got playing here, which is really well done. It's a really nice looking video, but I don't think it serves the purpose that you want in what we call the hero banner, right? The hero banner being this top image right below your header of your home page. This is prime real estate, right? This is like downtown real estate, this is your best real estate, and you want to really merchandise your business here. So you want to not be saying, hey, we've got products, which is what this is. Hey, we've got coffee, here's some cool animations, click here to start looking at our coffee. You really want to be merchandising something in particular. Is there a particular sale? Is there a particular product that is everyone's favorite to make it really easy for them to jump into that? Or there's a strong chance that the person that lands on the homepage is going to want this. So what I want to do here is I want to contrast this with a very successful coffee company, very successful direct-to-consumer coffee company, and that is Black Rifle Coffee Company. They're also merchandising right off the bat through a dialogue, through a pop-up box. We can debate whether or not that's the right thing, but this company sells an awful lot of coffee, so I'm sure they've tested it. More importantly here is they have categories right off the top. They do have submenus, so you have to find your categories. The reason they have submenus is because they have a ton more products and a ton more categories. Their search bar is visible, so you don't have to understand what the icon means. It says the word search. If you're a big influencer like Graham, then the rules are a little different. People are gonna land there, they're probably gonna be younger, they're probably gonna understand how to navigate the web a little better than maybe Black Rifle's demographic or a lot of these places' demographics. But if you're trying to make this brand stand out and be bigger than just the influence of one person, then these are the types of things that are gonna take your conversion rates higher. It's no real different in mechanism. I still have to click it and it's focused and I typed, but it's in the exact same place. I don't have to click and then scroll, which is a little easier. And then the big thing here being that they are now merchandising. They are merchandising particular offerings here rather than it being just a generic brand video. Branding's important, but once you get somebody on the website, You do want to be selling them on you and your brand and why they should buy from you, but you don't want to use the prime real estate for that. You want to use that prime real estate for, here are some products you really should be considering. Those three things I think could be better on this particular website. Another thing that kind of jumps out at me as I'm scrolling are these Shop Now buttons and the button colors. All these buttons are this mint green color, which is a fine color. Nothing wrong with that color. But that color is used in the logo, that color is used in this header, it's used throughout the site. Let's go into a product page, right? It's in the background of this a little bit. The add to cart button is white with that mint color in the background. And so what I would suggest is that every button on the site that moves you down the funnel is a unique color, not unique for each button, but a unique color that you don't use anywhere. So things that you want people to click should be a color that you're not using anywhere you don't want them to click. So go back to Black Rifle. Let's see what they're doing. I don't even know what they're doing. I may be wrong. See, they're using this orange, and then everything is orange that you should click on. Now, not right there, but that's kind of minimal, right? But they've got a really dark scheme, and the orange is only used for things that they want to draw your attention to, or they move you down the funnel toward actually purchasing. See, they highlight the subscribe and save because they want you to click on that rather than the single purchase. The add to cart is that nice bright color. It should never be white unless you've got a really dark background. But this does not jump out at all. Like that should be a really bright color that says buy it. What this is doing, if you have this design with the white add to cart and the black buy with GPay, is it's really getting people to want to buy with GPay. That says, hey, GPay is the more important thing here. Please buy with GPay and don't add this to your cart. Which I'm assuming, I mean, this is a Shopify site, so it's gonna be Shop Pay, it's gonna be really easy to buy. Now, I do like the branding with the Our Portfolio, a lot of the design, Make It Rain, Open Market, To the Moon. I think those things make great sense in the context of Graham and his YouTube channel. I'm not sure they make a lot of sense to anyone outside of that. So again, if you're going to try and kind of branch out of just his influence, then you're probably going to have to do a little more here. And the fact that these are visually just boxes and not the actual coffee bags may not connect with people, right? They may look at this and say, is this coffee? I mean, I'm on a coffee company site, but why are these boxes, right? So just having actual product photos. So like go back to Black Rifle, right? So when they do their new releases, it's actual product photography rather than just the icons. I feel like that might be a little more clear for folks. And so down here, read more about the 20-cent iced coffee and the About Us and really talking about the product and what it stands for. All of that is great, right? Like you need to be selling why you as much as you need to be selling the products. I'd be interested to see if anyone joins the mailing list from this down at the bottom. That's kind of good here, right? Black Rifle Coffee Company emails suck, ours don't. Again, it's an email thing, but they're really selling it. So here, like join our mailing list. Why? What's the value for me joining your mailing list? There's no real reason why I would type that in here. Give me a little bit of a reason to do that. Email in e-commerce, typically a business like this, 15 to 30% of your revenue is going to come from email. I'm pretty sure that's not the case with, the influencer model, but if you were growing this into a real coffee company outside of that influence, 15 to 30%. So email's important. It's why a lot of people are going to have the pop-up as soon as you hit the page. It's why they're going to give you a discount to sign up for that email list so that they can market to you continuously and try to get, 4, 5, 6, 10 orders from you rather than just one. All right, so let's look at a category page. We're gonna go to Browse All. 18 results. So you've only got 18 results and there's 2 pages. I would argue just make it all one page. And I know on one page, like with the coffee bags, there are 11 results and 9 of them are on this first page. Definitely make that one page. There's no reason to make me click one more time to find that other product to then click on it. If you have 24 or 36, maybe you have some pagination, but with 11 or really 18, I would just make it all one page for sure. Also, when you land on this page, the highest dollar items are up at the top. So it's $31 down at the bottom. There's $50 here, but that's actual coffee. I'm curious as to how many of the Money Gun bundles they've actually sold. And I'm sure it's probably high margin, but how many BRC Money Guns actually were sold from this site? Theoretically, what should be presented to them is what they're most likely to buy that has the highest margins. Take your best-selling coffee and put that right there at the top. You've got Money Gun, okay, Make It Rain Coffee. I'm gonna assume this is probably the best seller, could be wrong. And then you're gonna have Open Market Coffee, and now a tumbler, an ice mold, a straw set, a cold brew kit, and then cold brew coffee. Then we start getting into the coffee. So really they have all the accessories first on the shop all. Let's go to coffee bags. So if I just go to coffee bags, obviously I'm only getting coffee, but I'm curious, is the 20-cent coffee the best seller? Theoretically, we would want to merchandise that here as well. There are no filters on the site, but realistically, when you have 18 products, you probably don't need them. The photography on this site is really good, but I almost feel like it's too much. Like, I don't know what's going on. If I didn't know the YouTube channel and the influencer behind this, I'm not sure I would understand what's going on with this. Why are there diamond ice molds on a coffee company site? I think those elements could be used to merchandise the products, but on a product listing page, it's almost not clear. Like, am I getting a broken piggy bank when I buy this? Does this come with the poker chips? It can be a little confusing if you don't understand it. Whereas like Black Rifle, it's just pictures of the bag. Now the bag has things on it, but it's obvious that this is a bag of coffee, not a bunch of frivolous things that you may or may not be looking for. Not sure that's right, not sure that would have any effect, but I would be concerned about that. So what you would want to do is maybe use that here as some sort of lifestyle shot, maybe across the top or something like that, and then have the actual product shot be the product itself. Landing on the product page, I feel like there's some work to be done here to really sell me on the product. First of all, you've got a title, but no description whatsoever to be found. I've got to scroll way down and I got to see the word description, and then I've got to click description, and the description's fine. Like, it's not a bad description at all. Gives me tasting notes, where it's sourced, the roast type, the size, and those types of things. So it gives me most of the relevant, useful information. There are customer reviews. I have to click and open those up. We've got a lot of user-generated content, which is great. Glad to see that. But here, if I just land on the page and I'm looking at this, theoretically, I need to be sold. There's no description of what's going on here. It's just 20-cent coffee. Let's see what Black Rifle does on their product page. Description, price, the sizing right there, everything you need. Here, there's not near enough stuff before I get to add to cart. Because realistically, we don't want them to scroll down. We want them to go right here on this page and click add to cart and be done with it. Buy this right now, check out. We're gonna show you some other things. Hopefully when I add to cart, they're gonna show me some other things, but buy this and check out. That's what we want. But there's not enough information here, right? So they pack in, this is a 12-ounce bag. Here are the reviews. Here's how many reviews there are. Here's a nice description. So everything you need to buy, and then you scroll down and they're beautifully laid out, kind of the details, right? So what is the roast scale? What are the tasting notes? Because people skim. They're not gonna read all your text. It's not gonna happen. So having it visually laid out like this really gets their attention and helps them understand that information, and then they focus on it and read it. Frequently bought together. So here are other things. If you're buying this coffee, people buy these two things. And with one click, I can add these three products to my cart rather than having to click 3 times. And they may have, do they have suggested products? Yeah, so they have other products that you may suggest, but not something that just adds them all to the cart together like that, which most people are not gonna have. See, here's a good lifestyle shot, right? So this would be a good option for some of the visuals that they've got with some of the crazy things, broken piggy banks and different things. Black Rifle's really, outdoors, hunting and fishing, woodsman kind of vibe. And so I think here, you could go a little further into highlighting what you're doing with the coffee, maybe even highlighting Graham drinking the coffee or his review of this particular coffee, if you want to lean into the influencer side of things, which you should. Again, this add to cart really, I swear it was white on one we were on earlier and now it's green. Why is this one white and the other one's green? That should never happen. Never have two different colors for your add to cart button. You want to train them, yellow's good or green's good, right? So don't use this color you're using elsewhere so it doesn't blend in. You want it to stand out, but definitely don't have more than one color. And then here, I would really like to see that take me down. If I click on that, tell me how many reviews there are. And if I click on that, take me down to the reviews automatically. I would probably also try to highlight the user-generated content more. Rather than having that under a drop-down, I would show that. What your previous customers think of your product and your business is extremely influential in whether or not your current customers or future customers are gonna trust you. Highlight that, show it, especially that they took the time to submit a photo. They really loved it that much that they submitted a photo. That's pretty much my thoughts on the shopping experience thus far. Now we're gonna add some stuff to cart and I'm gonna check out and we're gonna see how that goes. On a video I was watching, Graham mentions that they have a lot of repeat customers. I'm hoping they have a loyalty program, and I think really pushing the subscription program. If people are continuously buying, why not subscribe and save? So the fact that they've got it is good, but I think it could probably be merchandised just a little bit better. Let's just pick the total portfolio coffee bundle pack at $49.49 here. So one-time purchase. I want it already ground. I don't really drink a lot of coffee. We'll get my wife's opinion. I'll try them. I may pour some bourbon cream in them, but we'll get my wife's opinion on these, and I'm gonna add to cart. The cart is the default Shopify drawer cart that pops out. They do have the tumbler down here at the bottom. That's nice, I like that. I'm gonna get the Bankroll Coffee mug. They upsold me, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fall for all the upsells. So let's check out. Free shipping, that's good. All right, so we finished checkout, and I obviously did want to show you my payment details, and this is kind of our payment confirmation screen. So it's another upsell. This sucks. Lord have mercy, is this a mistake right here? They are gonna sell me a Bankroll Coffee mug that they just upsold me on the cart page for half off. So I literally just bought this product for $15.99 on the previous page, and now they're telling me they're gonna sell it to me for $8. So all they're trying to do here is piss me off, because now I know I just paid $7 or $8 too much for this mug. I do like the upsell. I like the upsell, but make it a product I didn't order. Make it something I didn't order, because you're just frustrating me here. That was a mistake. That whatever system this is that's doing the post-purchase upsell ought to be aware of the products that you actually bought. And it's only given me 5 minutes to make that determination, which is fine. I'm gonna decline the offer. I'm not gonna save $7 on something or $8 on something I already bought. So now I get order confirmation and a bunch of info that you don't need to see. It's showing the total portfolio, and then free are all the items in the portfolio. It's a little weird way of showing the bundle, but Shopify has some issues with bundling like that. So ideally, it would just show the total portfolio and then show the products in it, and it wouldn't list a price for those. It would just show that those are in the total portfolio bundle, or maybe just don't show them at all, just show the total portfolio coffee pack. Overall, pretty easy to shop on. Was it any big roadblocks or hurdles? I feel like there's quite a few small things they could do to improve their conversion rates and take their usability up a few notches. So there's a few things that are gonna take a little time to really check in on. I wanna wait till the products arrive and see how they arrive, how quickly do they arrive, how are they packaged up, how well do they taste? Is this good coffee? Is it worth the $40-something that we spent on it? I also want to see what their entire post-purchase experience. What's their follow-up? Did they send tracking information? What do those tracking pages look like? I want to sign up for their newsletter and see what their newsletter looks like as well. How often are they sending it? Are they putting real effort into trying to drive traffic through that newsletter? So I'll check back in with you once I have all that info.
3 weeks later.
All right, we received a package. Now, I wasn't sure this was actually going to happen. It has been 3 weeks and 2 days since we placed our order on Bankroll Coffee. After 2 weeks, I reached out to them and they sent me this email saying they were having some problems printing labels or something. A little bit of an amateurish excuse. Unfortunately, these things do happen. They happen more frequently on small operations, and I don't know what kind of operation they got. Just kind of sucks. No communication whatsoever until I reached out to them. They would have reached out to me and said, hey, we've got this problem. Here's when you can expect it. That would have just been better customer service. But they did reply to my message, and we did eventually, a week and 2 days after I sent that message, get our Bankroll Coffee. Everything seems pretty well packaged up. See what all we've got in the box here. All right, I think that's everything. And we have 5 different coffees in the mug. So it appears as though we got everything that we ordered. 20-cent coffee, diamond hands, double down, morning drip, and hodl. So this is an espresso. This is a medium, a dark roast, a medium roast, and a light roast. So I am not a huge coffee fan, not someone who drinks a lot of coffee. I'm sure my wife will consume these. Graham's known for the 20-cent iced coffee, so I feel like we need to make a 20-cent coffee, and then we need to try it over ice. Let's check out the mug here. Bankroll coffee mug. It is printed on both sides. It's a fine coffee mug, nothing special about it, but it does have the logo on it. So let's go make some coffee. I actually just realized I don't have any way of making this without ordering some attachments for a Keurig. I thought I had one, I do not. This is really strong packaging. It smells delicious as far as coffee goes, so I'm sure the quality of these are going to be really solid. But there's a lot of opportunity for Graham to take this business up a few notches if his intention is to try to make this as something that stands on its own outside of his influence, which I assume is his goal. We've got some, user experience things and some stuff that can be done on the site, but the post-purchase experience leaves a lot to be desired. No communication for 2 weeks, just not acceptable. And then the product taking a week and 2 days afterwards, not that long. Like I can wait a week. I could wait 3 weeks if there was just clear communication without me having to go ping and see what's the delay. And also, absolutely no communication in regards to marketing. We're doing a similar review of Mr. Beast's Feastable, and they've emailed me every single day since I gave them my contact information. And I've received nothing, no retargeting ads, no text messages, no emails from Bankroll Coffee. So I think they're missing an opportunity here to perhaps get some of those customers to buy more frequently from them. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, nothing here is meant as a critique, just some observations based on 20 years plus experience doing e-commerce on things that I think could help what looks like a really fun brand. If you enjoy these or you find these site reviews helpful, let me know down in the comments. There's a couple of other videos you might also enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you next time.